Hi, Larry, WD0AKX. I have a few vintage HF ham radio transmitters from days gone by, and I thought maybe over this upcoming winter season I might dig a few of those out and play around with them, maybe do a short video on each one. We'll see what happens. But let's get started. It's not winter yet, but this is the Hallicrafters model HT40. It's an AM and CW transmitter. Made between 1960 and 1964. There's a lot of mixed reviews on this radio. It's a 30 to 50 watt output, 80 through 6 meter transmitter. This is the main function control. There's the off position, the tune position, AM or CW positions. And to the right of that is our band selector. This radio transmitter will operate anywhere from 6 meters to 80 meters. And then we have the drive control and the crystal or VFO selector switch. I have inserted a crystal into the unit, and the crystal I'm using in the test here is on the 40 meter band. So I do have the band selector in the 40 meter position. And this switch selects the RF output or grid current to be displayed on the meter during transmit. And there's the key jack for your Morse code key or keyer. If the key is left unplugged, it's a closed circuit, so it's just like holding your hand down on the key. Now the plate loading control adjusts the output of the transmitter to match the antenna, and the plate tuning control adjusts the plate circuit of the final amplifier to the operating frequency. The operating manual suggests a light bulb as a dummy load, and this was done quite often back in the day with tube-type transmitters. I wouldn't suggest it with solid-state equipment. It does work fine with tube-type gear, and you tune for maximum brightness. So I have a straight key here I'm going to plug in, and we'll use this to tune the transmitter. I could also leave the key unplugged and just use a control on the front here, or there's connections on the rear of the radio. The first thing we want to do in the tune position is to peak the meter for maximum deflection using the drive control. This will peak the input to the final amplifier stage. Then we want to flip the switch up to the RF output position and put the selector switch into the CW position. And now while transmitting, we want to work back and forth between the plate loading control and the plate tuning control here for maximum indication on the meter. And you kind of got to go back and forth a little bit and peak the meter and the bulb for maximum brightness, or your RF output meter for maximum power. But the settings interact with each other somewhat, so you tweak them back and forth between one control and the other until you get the maximum indication. And then you have your full power output. So I could attach an actual antenna at this point. It is ready for transmitting. Keep in mind this is just a transmitter. You'd need a separate receiver to receive the signals. And this transmitter is also capable of phone operation in the AM mode. So I did attach a microphone here. And you can see the modulation on the light bulb and the meter. Now I will probably test this out more over the upcoming winter, actually using it on the air. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the rear panel we have a jack for the microphone and the audio transmit level control, and we have some screw terminal strip here for connection of a switch to key the transmitter or a Morse code key, and this can be used in conjunction with a separate receiver. And then we have the antenna jack for connection to an antenna. And we have a serial number. I'm not sure how this is. There's different numbers here, 2 different numbers, and there's a number on the chassis also. So, and then we have the AC line cord. There are 10 screws to remove on the rear panel, and let's take a look inside. We'll set it on the desk here, and it looks very clean. This is the first time I've had it open. I know the previous owner took very good care of this radio transmitter, and it looks very clean to me. Let's take a look underneath the unit. And you'll see here there's several paper capacitors that really should be replaced. I'm surprised they're still working. But if I want to put this on the air later, I'm going to replace these paper capacitors because they will be going bad if they're not bad already. Now these were sold in kit form for about $89 in the day and $110 I believe wired for you. So thanks for watching. WD0AKX73. I have a few vintage transmitters around the shack, and notice 2 Morse code keys here. That's for sending CW in stereo. Well, I'm just kidding you there. 7-3.